where I wanna be. Oh, I've been waiting for so long, and now my time has come. My friends and my family, with you I long to be. Yeah. Our hearts of joy to see our island, our culture, our people together in unity. Raise your flags up high, the limit is the sky. Represent your country, hold your flags up high. Hand in hand together, we are a people strong. So in spite of struggles, we will carry on. Yes, we will carry on. Calling my friends and my family, it's time to get ready. I hear the plane coming down. The people come from all around. As soon as we reach the city, that's where we all should be, to celebrate our victory. From the struggles, the hard times, no longer will the chains be holding away. Raise your flags up high, limit is the sky. Represent your country, hold your flags up high. Hand in hand together, we are a people strong. So in spite of struggles, we will carry on. Yes, we will carry on. Cause Dominica strong. Hey, we will carry on. Yeah. So for this reunion time, friends and family will find how fun it is to be living in harmony. And then we will rise. Come on and let us be wise. Let us for all to see. Represent your country. With your flags up high. Limit is the sky. Represent your country. Hold your flags up high. And then together, we are a people strong. So in spite of struggles, we will carry on. Yes, we will carry on. Cause Dominica strong. Oh, we will carry on. Yeah, yeah. Wake up, flags up high. The limit is the sky. Represent your country. Hold your flags up high. And then together, we are a people strong. So in spite of struggles, we will carry on. Yes, we will carry on. Dominica strong. Yes, we will carry on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, yes, we will carry on. Dominica strong. Yeah, yes, we will carry on. And on and 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 on.
Nous allons représenter la Jinping. People come well just for the cultural gala, yes. Thanks to show our cultural heritage. As we face one another era of culture, yes. We could demonstrate our beauty. Dress up in our brilliant, dress up in our cassette, telling Kotoko to me. People say, oh gosh, who are we? When we say Jinping, we say that thing we give full respect to our culture heritage, regardless of color, creed, or age. Ha! Hey, Epa! Luka batabula tu bomba, Luka wule tabula tu bomba, Pakite musique la champelou, Luka batabula tu bomba, Lang pang pang patang tang tang tang, Rang pang pang patang al katang tang, Yep ha. Him simply scramble like what we in November. Is all of the things people looking for.
Happy Flag Day. Okay, I cannot sing, and I know my flag is small. But of course, we all know that does not represent the size of my dedication to Dominica. So happy Flag Day, everyone. Come on in, join the live. We are here to simply celebrate Dominica's Flag Day. We have quite a program for you this evening. So as you come in, don't forget to share the live. We have quite a few people who wanted to stop by to say happy Flag Day. So we have our Cadence-lypso legends. We have a Booyah pioneer. We have our cultural icons. We have our artists. We have a calypsonian. So all genres of music are represented this evening. And we also have just folks who are passionate about Dominica, our political activists, and just folks in general who are very passionate about Dominica. So come on in, share the live, let everyone know that we are here. Of course, we are always grateful for our sponsor. And our sponsor for this program is Flying Dress Dominica. So you saw the ad go by a minute ago. So Flying Dress Dominica is our sponsor for today's program, and we are truly grateful for them. So let's get this show on the road. We have quite a few folks who stopped by, and I'm sure some of them you will easily recognize. And for those that you don't, many people indicated their names at the beginning of the program, so that is helpful. But let us take it away with Mr. Arnold Tulo, and he is going to tell us what the Dominica flag means to him. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. So in the comment section, please go ahead and post what the Dominica flag means to you as well.
Hi, belti bonjour, et bonsoir, depends on where in the world you are. I am Arnold Toulon, and I'm here invited by Simone Centros on Push Past 10. You gotta check it out. To give my little piece on the Dominican flag. The Dominican flag was designed by Olin Bully initially, just as we came out of independence, 1978, November. In 81, 88, 98, the flag had some changes made to the design, but I do not have all these to show. So all I could say is basically what we ended up with is the same basic cross, the green background, the Cicero parrots against a red with 10 stars, which have their meaning. You know, stars on flags have their meaning. In the Caribbean, Nicaragua and Dominica are the only two countries out of 196 odd countries, if I missed out one, tell me, that use purple in the flag. And you may wonder why. You go to Canada, go to New York when they have Labor Day, when they have Carnival, and people have flags, and you realize that there are a lot of flags that don't even use purple on the breast of the parrot. The problem with countries not using purple is because it's very expensive, very difficult to get. It takes thousands of sea snails to get an ounce of purple dye. So our flag smells fresh. So the purple dye was far too expensive for most countries. Because of, I mean, imagine you have to get thousands of sea snails, not 2, not 5, not 10, not 20, not 100, to get some purple dye, which they were using initially. Now they have synthetic purple, which is manufactured. They say purple dye, too expensive. They say it's worth more than gold and silver, silk, ships, castles, spices, So Dominicans hold on to your flag, we have a lot of value. That's if you have one is purple, if you're lucky. The parrot on the flag is supposed to face the hoist, which is like the pole you would put it on, so it's to face the hoist in that direction, not the other way around. Amazona imperialis, that's the parrot. A very fragile bird. It's not like the eagle of America that takes to flight and is a heavy hunter, is a very strong bird. The parrot is a very family-oriented bird. And if you look, people like Daniel Green, took him years to get Cicero parrots to breed in captivity. And he told me that as a little boy. I'm 60 now, I must have been 14. And he said they finally got it to breed. So basically it's an animal that does not like to be in captivity. It thrives on the top branches, it stays away. But things like hurricanes and so, they really damage the parrot. Some of you all remember that they brought some parrots to Germany. No, that's another story. The parrot is also on our coat of arms. So it is used both on the coat of arms and reintroduced by Alvin onto our flag. It means that we got to protect our flora and fauna. So it falls under fauna, right? It's a herald. The herald would be like what royal families have. You know, they have a herald, they have a shield. Okay? So the flag is like a herald, but it's not really a herald. The red central emblem, which is circular on the flag, it symbolizes social justice, commitment to social justice, resistance, resilience, and even war. So the red is a very powerful color, revolutionary almost. It's not a latent color. And we're coming from the 70s when there was Morris Bishop and Castro and all that. So there was a little bit of this revolutionary angst put into the flag by Alvin, which I respect. We came out of the 70s in a very turbulent time. Purple represents temperaments. It's regal. It also represents justice, royal majesty, sovereignty. Red, military, fortitude. So forget military, think fortitude. The red is we saying we never give up. We never give in. Tell Putin to take his troops back home, not to Dominica, you're messing with us. The green represents, like our country, very green, hope, joy, loyalty in love. The green on our flag represents loyalty in love. There is blind loyalty, loyalty in love. It means that we have this sense of patrimony, patriotism, which is beyond bounds. According to Pliny the Elder, it takes thousands of snails to produce an ounce of dye. I'm repeating this, but for good reason. It's just showing you that all the state flags that we have, the original ones that have purple on them, they probably smell fresh. Because they say one of the issues with extracting the purple from the snails is that it keeps the marine scent. It smells. Can you imagine you have to get thousands of snails to make purple? So, with the cross and the banner, gold or yellow. Gold is a metal, yellow is a metal, sorry. Hope, shining like the sun. The sun gives light. So yellow is always a sense of hope. And then you have white, which is really a metal, it's silver. So that should tell you something. Black would represent the people in a way, but black actually means more than just represent the people. The flag is not racist in any way. It is symbolic. There we draw our strength from respecting our flag. More importantly, respecting our country. So some of us looked at the map when we were in primary school, and we asked the teacher, "Where's Dominica?" They said, "Look," and you see a dot on the map. Well, some of us said, "Wow, we don't feel so small. We're gonna make this country big." And so said, so done. Doesn't matter how many people you have, how many square miles you have. It is the sense of commitment you have to making your country proud. And that's what the map represents to me. I am Arnold Toulon. Thank you so much, Simone, for inviting me. I hope that we have inspired the younger generation who may not have taken the time to even look back or understand the history of their own island. Love and blessings to all.
Yes. Thank you, Arnold, for starting off the conversation with a great presentation. And by the way, Arnold, you know me for so many years. You don't know my last name? So not St. Rose, you wanted to say St. House. So guys, come on in. I know that you're listening attentively, but we also want to hear from you what the Dominica flag means to you as well. So coming up next, we have the Lady of Song, Miss Ophelia Murray, and she is going to tell us her definition, what the flag means to her, and she will do so by way of a voice note. So take a listen.
Hi, I am Ophelia, Dominica's Lady of Song. And so any symbol of Dominica represents Dominica for me. I was born in Curacao and I learned the value of a flag. The flag there was the Dutch flag. We had to wave it and pay homage to everything that the Dutch country, which is the government, which was the government, represented to us. When I transferred to Dominica at age 9, I just replaced Curacao and put on Dominica. We didn't have a flag yet then. But when the flag did come, when independence came, I recognized that flag as my new flag because Dominica was my new country. I had pride in it the same way that I had pride in any other country before it. I recognized that Cicero and all those colors were very special to a special people, and I was one of those people. For me, the flag is what helps me put my head up high. It's what helps me soar like an eagle, particularly since I recognize that over all of that is God. Après bon Dieu, c'est la terre. Après bon Dieu, c'est la Dominique. Après bon Dieu, c'est drapeau là. C'est l'avenue, c'est peuple nous. That's what the flag is for me.
Yes. Thank you, Our Lady of Song, Ophelia. And now let's take a little bit about the historical significance of the flag for those who are not as familiar with Dominica. Let's take this one done by DBS Radio. So credits to DBS Radio for this particular video.
The national flag. On 3rd November 1978, the new flag of Dominica was hoisted at the Windsor Park, signaling the beginning of our new independent nation journey. The blue Union Jack of Mother England was lowered, and our new flag flew high with our endemic Cicero parrot as the centerpiece. The Dominican artist, playwright, and cultural icon, Dr. Alvin Bully, designed the flag in early 1978 in preparation for the gaining of independence from Britain later that year, and the cabinet made certain small alterations to the original design. The flag was legally established by Act No. 18 of 1978, the National Emblems of Dominica Act, signed by the Governor Sir Louis Kuzlati on 31st October October 1978, gazetted 1st November 1978, and effective 3rd November 1978. Dominica from 1727 to 1981 has seen various flags flown over the island. Union Jack from 1763 to 1967, Associated Statehood Flag from 1967 to 1978, and the first Independence Flag from 1978 to 1981. The flag, which was flown on 3rd November 1978, is not the same design we use now. Minor adjustments were made, and a revised version was done in 1981 to the current design, which consists of a circular emblem of red bearing a Cicero parrot standing on a twig encircled by 10 lime green stars. This is superimposed on 3 vertical and 3 horizontal stripes of yellow, black, and white, forming a triple-colored cross against a general background of forest green. The central emblem represents the national bird of Dominica, the Cicero parrot. It's also a symbol of flight towards greater heights and fulfillment of aspirations. The parrot also features in the Dominica coat of arms, thus symbolizing the official seal of the country. The 10 lime green stars with yellow outline, the traditional symbol of hope, represent the 10 parishes of the country, each with equal status, thus the equality of all people. The red central emblem symbolizes Dominica's commitment to social justice. The yellow, black, and white stripes form a triple-colored cross representing the Trinity of God. The cross itself demonstrates belief in God, since the Commonwealth of Dominica is founded upon principles that acknowledge the supremacy of God. The yellow stripes represent the sunshine of our land, our main agricultural products, citrus and bananas, and they are also a symbol of the Kalinagos and Arawaks, the first inhabitants of the island. The white stripes represent the clarity of our rivers and waterfalls and the purity of aspirations of our people. The black stripes represent the rich black soil of our island, on which agriculture is based, and also our African heritage. The general background of dark green symbolizes our rich verdant forests and the general lushness of our island. The national flag is the proudest emblem of our country and should be held in reverence by all the citizens of Dominica.
Yes, it's just some additional information for those who are less familiar with Dominica. So we're going to continue. Our next voice note comes from Mrs. Delia Coffey Weeks, which many of us already know who she is. So let's take a listen.
Hi, Simone. My name is Delia Coffey Weeks. And the flag of Dominica, it reaches out and touches me in a place that very few things can. When I look at the verdant green of that flag, it reminds me that I live in a country that is blessed by nature with so many shades of green, and we should always remember that green is a very soothing color for the soul. It also reminds me that Dominica is not just built on one nation, but different peoples contributed at different times. And so we have the different colors that remind us that it is the combined work of others that has us where we are. The parrot on the flag reminds us that we are so unique that this bird can only be found in Dominica. The red blood that flows through the veins of our people, this is what keeps us strong and keeps us bound to that land that is represented by the black soil. Everybody needs to eat. Agriculture is a way of life for us. We always need to remember that food is our medicine, and we need to eat what we grow and grow what we eat. This flag tells us so many things and evokes in us a spirit of nationhood, a spirit of oneness, a spirit of Dominica. And I feel so proud wherever I see that flag flying high, representing, yes, a tiny dot in the ocean, but it may just be that tiny dot that saves the world.
Yes, thank you, Delia. Thank you for that. So let's stay with our legends. Let's stay with our Cadence legends. Coming up next, Mr. Anthony Gussie, Cadence-lypso legend, and then that will be followed by Mr. Derek Ra, pioneer of bouillon.
Hi, this is Anthony Gussie from Dominica, Ras Double. I would just like to say what I think about the signification of the Dominican Nature Island flag. This flag signifies unity, freedom, and life. This is the color of the rainbow, and I'm just hoping that all over the world should know this is the signification of the Dominican Nature Island flag, and we have to respect this flag. This flag means Dominica. It signifies also my beautiful island, Dominica. We have to respect this flag. And thanks to Mr. Alvin Bully for realizing this independent flag for Dominica. Thank you, sir. That's my belief. Thanks to all, Rastafari. Love you.
Love you too, cuz. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. So let's listen now to Mr. Derek Rapidas. And again, guys, come on in, share the live, let everybody know that we are here. Of course, we are celebrating Flag Day, and I thought what a unique way to do it, but by having everyone just simply leave a voice note. As for voice note, I got videos, so very appreciative of that, of what the Dominica flag means to us. So take a listen.
Past 10 on that request, so maybe just giving the vibes of what the flag means to me. But we're going to big up Alvin Bully for sure. Alvin has worked very hard in the culture and, is a designer as well, costume designer as well. And he done some serious work in theater and had some time to work with Alvin Bully for designing the flag. We want to big him up. And we just want to talk about the colors of the flag. We want to talk about the red, which represents the justice that we need in the land, and that's what's important to us. We want to big up, talk about the green, the green is very important. The green represents the lushness of Ireland, and of course the 10 parishes, the 10 lime green stars, we want to big them up. Of course, we want to talk about the yellow, which represent the Arawaks and the Caribs that came before us on this land, the brilliant sunshine that we have in the Caribbean, and of course the bananas and citrus, which we don't see much of. Again, we're going to talk about the white, which represents the rivers and the waterfalls, and the purity of the land and stuff like that. We want to big up that part of it, and of course the black represent the fertile soil and of course our African heritage. We want to pick up, all the people that represent in the flag, and of course we can't forget, Alvin for all the good that is done. Big up Alvin Bully, big up yourself.
Thank you, Ra. Thank you. So how about we take a little musical interlude. So this one is from Liz Thomas out there in Massachusetts, a true Dominican patriot. So Liz, take it away.
Represent your country. hold your flag up high, and then I'm together. We are all people strong, so in spite of struggles, we will carry on. Yes, we will carry on. My friends and my family, it's time to get ready. I hear the plane coming down. People come from all around. As soon as we reach the city, that's where we all should be, to celebrate our victory. From the struggles, the highs, and no longer will the chains be holding we. We just have the fun, living in the sky, represent the country. Hold your flags up high, and they man together. We are a people strong, so in spite of struggles, we will carry on. Yes, we will carry on. Just Dominica strong. Hey, we will carry on. Yeah. So for this reunion time, friends and family will find how fun it is to be living in harmony. And in a new rise, I wanna let this be wise. Let the world to see, represent your country. Bring it on to fun, living in the sky. Represent your country, hold your flag up high, and then up together. We are a people strong, so in spite of struggles, we will carry on. Yes, we will carry on. The Dominica strong, oh, we will carry on.
Yes, thank you, Liz. Thank you, Liz. Number one fan from day one, Miss Liz Thomas out there in Massachusetts. So thank you, Liz. And thank you, everyone who's on the Facebook Live. We have, of course, Liz Thomas is here. Glenda Shillingford says, Happy Flag Day. Tina Bell de Ramon, we're coming to your message. Alvin, we're coming to your message. Louisa out there in the UK, thank you for being up late with us. Annette Phillip, we got you covered. Glenda is tagging Derek Curley, Langley, Happy Flag Day, Dominica. Gail Bruni, great to see you. Happy Flag Day, Arnold Tullo. I never knew the fact about the purple on the flag. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, lots of great information. Arnold says good night. Glenda is hearing loud and clear. Thank you, Glenda. DJ Ska, nice show. Thank you. Juanita is locked in. Maslin Edwards, great to see you. Good evening, everyone. Glenda, thank you very much, Mr. Bully, for your contribution of giving us a powerful, beautiful, and outstanding flag, which makes us very proud wherever we see it. Thank you so much. Jan Joseph, we need to let people know how the flag should be handled. The flag is being dragged, thrown all over the place, etc. We need to handle the flag with pride. Yeah, some very important thoughts. And what are your thoughts? Because I know there is some issue with whether the flag should be placed on shoes. Apparently, it's not supposed to be placed on shoes, but can it be placed on other clothing? So lots of great questions. So keep the questions, keep the comments coming in. I did mention that we had a couple of folks who wrote their messages and sent them in to me. So right now, I want to tell you what Gabriel Christian, attorney at law, Gabriel Christian says, we honor our literature teacher and motivator, Alvin Bully, for designing a flag which reflects our African, Kalinago, European, Christian, and social justice heritage. The parrot in the center speaks to our love of nature, and the green evokes the forest of freedom, which sheltered those who fought for our liberty. We love and work for a better Dominica in which our flag can fly proudly and not be betrayed or sold out for enrichment of a few. Give thanks to the Most High for the just and independent Dominica. So Gabriel Christian, thank you very much for that message of inspiration. Thank you very much for taking a minute to chime in on this conversation. And let us go ahead and also take a message from Mr. Alex Bruno. Alvin says the flag should never touch the ground. Absolutely true. So now let's hear from Alex Bruno, and then we're going to go back to another video.
Simone, let me first of all thank you for conceptualizing such a wonderful program and for the wonderful works that you have done to promote Dominica's cultural heritage and traditions, I should add. Knowing, of course, that traditions are separate from culture, but we'll get into that sometime. later. Let's focus on the flag. With Monday being National Flag Day, the significance of the flag comes to mind. And I would like to salute Alvin Bully, who designed our national flag. And I remember Patrick John, who was the Prime Minister at the time, who had a little say in the design as well. When Dr. Bully presented the flag design, Patrick John was the one who suggested that the flag be given a cross in the center to signify our belief in Christ. So yes, Alvin designed, but the Honorable Prime Minister at the time was the one who suggested that there should be a cross placed as part of the design. That being said, I would like to call Dominicans from all nook and cranny to join me, Simone and others, in regarding Dominica's flag as our nation's proudest symbol, and to do something to manifest that. The flag embodies who we are as a people. It distinguishes us from other peoples, and it gives us a sense of identity, a sense of Dominican pride that nothing else gives us as much as our flag gives us. So I wish everyone a happy Flag Day and hope that we can do something to mark the moment. So thanks again, Simone. Thank you for this initiative, and I look forward to being involved in other such initiatives. God bless.
Yes, thank you, Alex. So let's take it over to our favorite Calypsonian. He likes big figures, so we know him well. I don't think I qualify as a big figure, but Naren, thank you for your contribution.
Well, it's your boy Naren, true patriotic Dominican, and I salute the flag today. On Flag Day, look at the screen. This green symbolizes our luscious forests, the white, our innocence, the yellow, our first inhabitants, and the sunshine as well, the black, our fertile soil. If you are Dominica, raise your flag, salute your flag, be proud of your flag. It's your boy, your favorite boy, your son of the soil, Naren. Flag Day, wave your flag, just wave your flag. Proud, be proud. Raise your flag, raise it up high. Raise it up high.
Of course, Naren always finds a very unique way to make his presentation. So again, thank you, Naren, trendsetter Murphy, for always coming through to represent for Dominica. So now we're going to go over to Houston, Texas. I'm telling you, we got messages from all over the world. So let's go over now to Houston, Texas, to one of our Dominica associations. Miss Ava is here with us.
Hi, I am Ava Luge, Executive Vice President of the Dominica Houston Association in Houston, Texas. What does the Dominica flag mean to me? Dominica, as in the Commonwealth of Dominica, it represents resilience, a strong people, purity of the heart. We thrive, we persevere. We do what it takes to rise above the threshold and to give good meaning to soil, culture, food, music, education, dance. We are people built with resilience. We stand and we're strong. The flag represents all of that in me.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Ava. Great job. Great job. So, guys, what are your thoughts so far? What are your thoughts? Let's see what we have here. Alvin Thomas says, again, the flag should never touch the ground. Earl Bruno, great to see you. Thank you for being here. We also have Glenda Shillingford, who tells Alvin that he's absolutely correct about his observations. She says, interesting, nice to know, and she is waving her flag. So now let us go over to the sports arena where Mr. Dunstan Maggie Peters is going to tell us what he thinks about the flag. And of course, you know him to be as well a social activist. So here is Mr. Dunstan Maggie Peters.
This is how I feel about my flag, my national flag. I incorporate it in everything that I do. Everything. All my logos, my branding, my brands, anything I create, I have to incorporate the national flag, a beautiful national flag in it. My name is Dunstan Maggie Peters. I love my nation, I love Dominica, I love the flag, I love everything about it. I'm in the uniqueness, I'm in the colors, I'm in everything. So I incorporate it in everything that I do.
Yes, thank you. And Maggie sent me quite a few pictures to depict exactly what he was talking about, but unfortunately, I am unable to share them at this time. But thank you, Maggie. Thank you for your contribution. And I also do want to apologize because Carl Kofi James from the RSB band sent me a great contribution as well. But for some reason, it disappeared. I had it as a voice note. You know, that's what you get for using regular text. We should all be on WhatsApp, right? So he sends me a text message via regular text, and unfortunately it disappeared. But Carl, we wanted to thank you for your contribution as well. And we also have a contribution from Mr. Omar Monell, another passionate Dominican. He says, hi, my name is Omar Monell, and I am not a laborite, a freedom right, a workers, or a diasporan. I am Dominican. As a Dominican first, the flag means a lot to me. It embodies everything that is of this country that I love. For me, the flag starts with the color green that blankets the island from corner to corner. The black strip stands for the rich soil that provides that firm foundation for everything to grow in culture, in faith, in unity, and each other. The white stripe symbolizes the clouds that bless us with the showers that make life possible and plentiful. For water is life. The yellow represents the shine that highlights the Kalinago, the first people. The red is for the blood bound that we share as one people, and in all 10 parishes depicted by those 10 stars. The Cicero parrot not only represents the amount of talk we have, oh Lord, but the fact that we are able to soar above all if we only decide to spread our wings. And like the Cicero who mates once in its lifetime, Dominica is my first, last, and forever love. Wow, powerful, powerful, powerful. You know, I haven't seen anything on the Facebook Live of what the flag represents to you. We don't have any true patriotics on the Facebook Live this evening. I'm just kidding. I know you're just taking in the information and enjoying the presentation. So speaking of taking in the information, let us go back to our videos. And I'm truly grateful for everyone who sent in a video. And this time we will have Mr. Paul Barron.
Hi, my name is Paul Barron, and I'm a proud Dominican. I have been involved in community and leadership all my life. My call to serve the interests of the public is on the very basis of what our flag stands for. A nation endowed with the gifts of God and a people who strive for the development of self and country. Our flag is more than a symbol. It is a belief that God created this beautiful land and blessed us aplenty. It's a belief that we can each contribute to the common good. It is also the belief that we all truly love our country. Our flag reinforces this each and every day as it hangs from public buildings, in our schools, in our churches, our offices, and our homes. And by seeing it, we gain a deep sense of pride and purpose. Happy Flag Day, but more importantly, may God bless every Dominican. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Paul, a true patriot. And speaking of true patriots, Alvin Thomas, you're up next. I hope you're still on the Facebook Live with us.
Hello, this is Alvin Thomas in Atlanta, Georgia. I join my many fellow Dominicans at home and abroad in observing Flag Day today, October 10th, 2022. What does our flag mean to us as a people? And what do the emblem and colors say to us? Like many other citizens across the globe, in our own unique way, we honor and cherish our flag. Our national bird, the Cicero parrot, speaks to our greater heights and aspiration as Dominicans. Of course, the 10 lime green stars symbolizes hope, while the colors symbolizes, among other things, social justice, sunshine, clarity of purpose, prosperity, fertile land, a resourceful people, and land, and our African heritage. Yes, these are all the virtues which our flag represents. As we celebrate Flag Day today, it is my hope that we will always demonstrate these virtues in our day-to-day dealing with each other. In honoring our flag today, let us do so with the hope and faith in God, remembering always and citing the last stanza of our national anthem, all for each and each for all. Happy Flag Day to all.
Yes, and happy Flag Day to you as well, Mr. Alvin Thomas. And let's just go right ahead. I see Annette Phillip is on the Facebook Live with us, so let us go ahead and hear her message.
My name is Annette Phillip, and this is what the Dominican flag means to me. Happy Flag Day, Dominica. Every color and symbol on the flag I have represented, which makes me a true Dominican. Mixed with Kalinago and black, I represent the people, the black and yellow. As a child, I enjoyed the beaches and the rivers. I got to roll around in the volcanic sandy beaches. No thought to why it was dark sand. It was glistening in the sun and just so magnificent to the eyes. As I got older, I got to experience the waterfalls and lakes. I was a tour guide at one point, and talking about the waterfalls, their names, and how refreshing they are made me a true Dominican. The fruits and lime squash was a cool treat on a hot summer day. Of course, we cannot forget the bloodshed, the slaves, mulattoes, and Indians fighting for their island, a place that represented peace and freedom. I am the flag, and the flag is me. I am a Dominican to the bone.
Wow, very well said. Thank you. So I see other folks are coming in. Glenda Henry, nice to see you. I see your message, Glenda. Give me 1 minute, and I'm going to come back to you. But in the meantime, I want to take a message from Miss Tina Bell de Ramon, another very passionate Dominican. Okay, phone, be nice.
My name is Tina Bell de Roman. Today being Flag Day, I would like to reflect in part as to what the flag of the Commonwealth of Dominica means to me, but would find it remiss if I did not give a little historical prelude for those perhaps listening for the first time. The first version of the flag, designed by Dominica icon Mr. Alvin Bully, was first hoisted on November 3rd, 1978, upon Dominica receiving its independence from England on that very date. The flag, with its configuration of colors ranging from green, yellow, red, black, and purple, depicts or represents some aspect of our country nation, Dominica, our history and culture. The yellow, black, and white are in the form of a cross depicting the Trinity of God and our people's reverence to the Almighty. In the center of the cross is a red circle with Dominica's emblem, the Cicero parrot, with its outstanding and unique purple belly or front, encircled by the 10 stars, the 10 parishes. This is set against a green background depicting the country's forests and vegetation. The yellow represents the island's original Kalinago people and also agriculture, while the black is identified with its African people and the black fertile soil, and the white for the rivers and waterfalls and the Caucasian people. With all of the above said, my flag speaks to me of its history, all it stands for, our maroon ancestors, our elders, some long gone, of their resilience, dignity, resistance, their perseverance and sacrifice. These were the ancestors who paved the way forward for us. However, on the way forward, there's a need to have instilled in our children the future of the nation, the etiquette of the flag, the pride, dignity, respect and honor, and all it portrays. In conclusion, and in the words of our national anthem, an appeal to our youth, our future, come ye forward, sons and daughters of this gem, Dominica, beyond compare. Strive for honor. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think what I really like about what everyone did is that they gave their own interpretation of what the flag means to them. So I think, like we like to say these days, they clearly understood the assignment, right? So they understood what was required of them and they took it from there. So here's another voice note, this one from Doreen Shillingford. I don't think my phone likes to be turned upside down.
My name is Doreen Shillingford, President of the Dominica Association of Tampa Bay. First, I pledge allegiance to Jesus, my sovereign Lord and Savior. And then I am proud and honored to be a Dominican. Hence, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the Commonwealth of Dominica and to the sovereign republic for which it stands. What does it mean to pledge allegiance to the flag? It is a promise of loyalty to country, not to any personality or government, but to the country. It means that we uphold and obey the laws of the land. We defend our country against external and internal aggression. We exercise our constitutional rights, including the right to vote, and we work hard to build our country for the good of our fellow men. Here in Tampa, DATB is working hard to provide support in areas of need, such as scholarships to Dominican students, mobility equipment, hospital beds and supplies to homes for the elderly, educational equipment and materials to schools, food supplies, toys, and other items to community organizations. Flag Day should remind us that God, in His sovereignty and divine wisdom, placed us in this beautiful land of Dominica to fulfill His purpose on earth. So we raise our flags. Let us do so with genuine love for country, our fellow Dominicans at home and abroad, and even the strangers we welcome to our beautiful island. I love me my nature isle. Moi aime Dominique. Happy Flag Day to all Dominicans.
Thank you, Doreen. And I have to say that, Doreen and Ava from the Dominica Tampa Bay Association, as well as the Houston Association, I mean, they're just powerhouses when it comes to ensuring that the name Dominica is taken to the world. Anytime I ask them to, contribute to a program, they're so willing to be a part of anything that has to do with showcasing Dominica, with taking care of Dominica, and that's how it ought to be. It ought to be that we come together despite, whatever color we support, despite whatever religious affiliation we support, and we just come together for the good of Dominica. So here we have a young man coming up next, Mr. Richie Farrell. You may recognize his voice because at one time he worked on Q95. So let's hear what Richie has to say.
Everyone, my name is Richie Farrell. I am a professional journalist and I'm also a musician and artist. I am a Dominican and I love independence. Right now it's our independence time. We are celebrating independence for the months October and November. At the end of October, we have our World Creole Music Festival, which is like our flagship event in Dominica, and that will be celebrated on the 27th and culminates on the 29th, I believe. This year we have one of the superstars, African giant, Burna Boy. We also have a lot of our local artists, big names, coming on stage and sharing the spotlight, I guess with Burna Boy this year. Big up Triple K International one time, you know. So Dominica. Dominica is really one of the most fertile islands in the Caribbean, the most blessed in terms of natural resources. It is historically, it has a lot of agricultural lands or farmlands, some of you might call it. We are known for agriculture. Our tourism is increasing right now. What I would like to say in terms of Dominica and this time, our independence, one of the things I love would be the food. I love the different arrangements and the wide variety in choices of food this time of year. And my favorite, I would say, ingredient in all of the foods, all of the Creole foods, is saltfish. Kalaloo is always a favorite of mine, and a lot of fellas can agree to that. You know, we had something called the mountain chicken, the Kwapo chicken, but for some time that has been banned, mainly because the species was not edible anymore. For some reason, I guess it mutated or something. Also, the sites that we have here are heavily visited. One of the most popular sites in Dominica is the Emerald Pool. It's also my personal favorite. I love the Emerald Pool. I love Spani Falls. You guys should visit Spani Falls as well. We have quite a bit of waterfalls. There's Trafalgar Falls, Sari Falls, Jacko Falls, I believe, and a couple others. Hiking is also a thing in Dominica, as we are quite mountainous. The Whitey-Kubili Trail, I believe, which was a few years recently developed. Whoever came up with the idea, I think, it was a brilliant idea, because it kind of structurized the whole hiking network across Dominica. So you could hike if you wanted, and if you were like a real hiking enthusiast, then you could hike from the south of the island and end up at the north of the island, which is pretty cool. There are some things that are in the pipeline. I believe our government talked about recently in Parliament, rebuilding the area of tram and including a train, I guess, to the main hiking areas in the island, which is great, you know, for attraction and tourism. What else I could say? In general, DDA, Discover Dominica Authority, pretty much does, you know, the promotion for our island, especially when it comes to the tourism aspect, and so far they have been doing a great job. And yeah, in a nutshell, my island is great. You know, we celebrate our independence on November 3rd. We actually got independence 1978, I believe, and that was under the Patrick John regime, and it was a great day, you know, and it still is. It's heavily celebrated here, and we do that proudly. So happy independence to everyone, and to all the, I guess, persons who haven't visited Dominica yet. You should add that definitely on your list. Dominica is a great place to visit, a lot of warm people, great sites to visit. It's very nature oriented, so it's not your average, you know, casino type of, you know, country. It's a place where you come to relax and rejuvenate and reflect. And yeah, that's Dominica, Whitey-Kubili. Make sure you visit soon.
Thank you, Richie. Thank you for representing for the youth very well. And I think I completely agree with you. My favorite thing about Dominica is the food. Second favorite thing, the music. But thank you. Thank you for representing for the youth. And speaking about somebody who's youthful at heart, Miss Basilia Toussaint.
Hi, I'm Basilia Toussaint from Goodwill. To me, Flag Day is an ideal opportunity to reflect and honor Dominica's rich culture and history that are clearly represented on the flag. For me personally, I connect with the white color, which represents the ambition of our people. It reminds me of all my blessings, considering I came from very humble beginnings. Let us all use our courage and ambition to build a better Dominica, one that we are all proud of. Thank you, Dominica.
Yes, thank you, Basilia. Very well said. And I see we have a couple of comments coming in, but let me also say good evening to Therese Marie, Idris LeBlanc, Justin Hart, Mr. Julius Corbett. Great to see you on the Facebook Live. Glenda says, Simone, whenever I see our flag of Dominica, there's a chill I get and a feeling of pride of all it represents for my country. I proudly take pics with my flag no matter what's going on in Dominica, because that don't change the meaning of the flag. Thank you, Glenda. Moslin says, that's a lovely piece, Annette, like all the other contributors. Annette thanks Moslin. Moslin says, Simone, was this event for a select few? Never heard of it. Moslin, I don't think we are friends on Facebook, so I could share you with this with my content. So send me a friend request, and that way I can tag you, because I share everything on Push Pastor and, a whole bunch of different platforms, Dominica Politics. So I'm not sure why you did not see it, but send me a friend request. That way I can tag you. She also says, I have a dress made out of the flag that I wear on special occasions, out of my true patriotism and love for country. She says, I think it was said that the mountain chicken died to a point of extinction during Maria. Wow, that is truly sad. Arnold says, until hunting season and bans came into force, it's estimated that 18,000 to 36,000 mountain chickens were caught per year on Dominica. So I think we're learning quite a bit of information while we are learning about our flag. So I'm happy that, for example, many of us didn't know about the purple in the flag. So Anna, again, thank you for that information. And thank you everyone for making a contribution. So this is from another patriotic Dominican, frequent caller to Q95, Mr. Lennon Matthew. The flag tells a story of who I am in the wider Dominican story. It not only represents my sovereignty, but a connection to my ancestors who have in some way or another shaped the culture, the heritage, and the history that made Dominica unique. The flag is like no other. To lose that identity is a betrayal of all those who have come before me to make me unique. The flag is that constant reminder. Once we take up another identity, the flag becomes meaningless. Who I am today has been shaped by the vegetation, the land, the rivers, and the church and the spirit of my ancestors. So Lennon, thank you very much for that message. And now let's go over to Dr. Triffy, one that we know all too well, and we want to thank her for her contributions on Facebook Live, her contributions, especially as it related to the Kanisha Etienne situation. So we want to thank Dr. Triffy for always being with us when we need her most. So here's Dr. Margaret Wallace, Dr. Triffy.
Happy Flag Day, Dominica. What does the flag mean to me? I pray today on this Flag Day, Dominica, that we are prosperous and return to our sense and our spirit of loving one another and taking care of each other and looking out for each other. I pray that we have a lot of fresh in our pockets. I pray that we create the lives we want for ourselves. The flag reminds me that we are independent. We're completely independent. We're completely independent. And that means we have choices. We have choices and we have freedom to do whatever we want to do. So if money is on your mind, if creating love is on your mind, if more unity in the country is on your mind, I say go ahead and do your part to make it happen. Happy Flag Day.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Triffy. And I want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. I think we have one more contribution from Guadeloupe. So I think we've just about gone around the world. We went all the way to La Reunion to talk to Anthony Gussie, who sent us a message. I think we went to the US, Canada, Dominica, and now we're off to Guadeloupe to hear from Miss Juliana Glasgow. And she is the founder and president of the Kalinago Guada Association. Our association was put in place to represent the Kalinago people of Dominica and to continue our culture and traditions. So if you're less familiar with Miss Glasgow, this is who she is.
Hi everyone, my name is Juliana Boyd Glasgow, or you might know me as Violet. The Dominican flag is very symbolic and it means a lot to me. As we know, each color represents something. The green is for the beautiful mountains and lush green vegetation. The black is for our rich, healthy black soil. The white is for our clear flowing rivers and falls. And the red strongly represents the blood of our ancestors who fought for our country. The Cicero in the middle, our national bird, flies wild and free. When we combine all this, we see the beauty of our nature island, Dominica. And her flag is worthy to be flown high, especially today on Flag Day. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Juliana. And Juliana was actually my neighbor in Bath Estate, so I know her pretty well. So guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of our celebration of the national flag of Dominica. Let's take a couple of comments before we wind down the program. And again, I want to thank everyone who submitted a contribution to be a part of this conversation. And we continue to celebrate who we are as uniquely Dominican. Tina Bell de Ramon, I'm enjoying the contributions, a program with a difference. A great show, Dr. Simone. Thank you, Tina. Thank you for being here. Arnold says, hunting invasive species and habitat destruction may all have contributed to the mountain chicken's decline, but it was the spread of the amphibian killing fungus that sent the species spiraling towards extinction. Oh, that is truly unfortunate. Tina, again, when I was recording, I wanted to make mention of the purple in the flag, making Dominica and Nicaragua unique in having that color in their flag. I was contemplating, should I, shouldn't I? I didn't. That's okay, Tina, that's okay. Elizabeth, I learned so much more about the flag. So again, guys, thank you for being here. Don't forget to follow Push Past 10 to find out all that we do to promote and celebrate Dominica. And of course, you know, I have my own take on the Dominica flag. So with regards to what the flag represents for me, it represents hope. It represents hope that our brothers and sisters at home and abroad will come together as one people, one nation under one flag to put our heads together to work to create financial independence for our brothers and sisters in Dominica and overseas. I hope that we will stop allowing allegiance to political parties to divide us even within our own homes. I hope especially for our children that they may grow up in families and communities where they are safe from every form of abuse, especially sexual abuse, where they are free to play and dream and are given every opportunity to grow and to become happy, healthy, and productive members of society. And I hope that through it all, we continue to celebrate our culture. We were stripped bare, literally and figuratively, but in the same way that our Kalinago and African ancestors toiled tirelessly to create the beauty and the splendor, which is the gift of our culture, may we too remember that we ought to leave a legacy of pride and self-determination for our children and their children and their children's children. So again, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this Push Past 10 presentation. I want to leave you with a little bit of Colin XP because we can never have too much of Colin XP. We want to thank her, as always, for keeping our culture and our music alive. So let's get this ad. I can't stand this. I think I'm on the wrong one. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Colin, give me 1 minute. I'm going to come right back to you. I have way too many screens open. So let's take Colin XP again. So it's like the DJ. Will and come again, DJ. So guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the Push Past 10 family and for always representing for Dominica very well. Take it away, Colin. Thank you.
Represent your country, hold your flag up high, hand in hand together, we are a people strong, so in spite of struggles, we will carry on, yes, we will carry on, calling my friends and my family, it's time to get ready, I hear the plane coming down, the people come from all around. As soon as we reach the city, that's where we all should be to celebrate our victory. From the struggles, the hard times, no longer will the change be holding away. Raise your flag up high, living in the sky. Represent your country, hold your flag up high. Hand in hand together, we are a people strong. So in spite of struggles, we will carry on. Yes, we will carry on. Dominica strong, hey, we will carry on, yeah. So for this reunion time, friends and family will find how fun it is to be living in harmony, and then we will rise. Come on and let us be wise, let us for all to see. Represent your country, with your flags up high, limit is the sky. Represent your country, hold your flags up high, and then together we are a people strong. So in spite of struggles, we will carry on. Yes, we will carry on. The Dominica strong. Oh, we will carry on. Yeah, yeah. Wave your flag up high. The limit is the sky. Represent your country. Hold your flag up high. And then together, we are a people strong. So in spite of struggles, we will carry on. Yes, we will carry on. Dominica strong. Yes, we will carry on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, yes, we will carry on. Dominica strong. Yeah, yes, we will carry on. And on and on. And on and on. And on and on.